Hello everybody. Uh, Brought you this tractor a couple times. I promised you videos, and due to time constraints it never would happen, but here we are now with the Oliver Standard 88. Beautiful Art Deco piece of machinery. I've said it a few times now, but I'm not real familiar with Oliver, so all you Oliver guys, please be patient with me. I'm learning too. But I am really excited to bring you this. I have never really, that I can remember in 25 plus years, ever worked on an Oliver. So this is really exciting to me, and if you know me and watch my channel, you'll know I love old tractors, old farm equipment, old dozers, old crawlers. Just happy to bring this stuff to you, and I want to take you along for the ride, because if we don't save this stuff, it's going to end up in a tree road rotting, and somebody's going to haul it off for scrap iron. And we really want to keep that from happening and enjoy these things. That's what they're still here with us for now today. Some of your old timers, they'll get them out and they'll work them in their gardens, just keep them up and running, and that's great. But we all know that these guys aren't putting in 10 and 12-hour days anymore. It's just not in them. Modern equipment is exactly what it is. It's more modern. They do hold up somewhat better. That's up for discussion, I understand. But yeah, these guys are they're fading into the background, and I want to be one of the people to help motivate others, as well as keep them from fading into the past of just memory. And we're going to try and get this old girl running. We're going to check out a few things first. I was told that when this tractor got here, it did not turn over due to a starter issue. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook up a jumper pack. I believe this unit is 12 volts. I've kind of looked it over a little bit, just kind of gauging where to start at. And like I said, we're going to hook a jumper pack to it. I'm going to put my meter on it, test a few things, see where I'm getting 12 volts at, see where I'm not getting 12 volts at that I'm supposed to. A fire test. That's pretty important. So we'll hook a jump pack to it, turn the jump pack on, see if we smell any smoke. I hate letting smoke out of the wiring, but sometimes the mice get in it, and they kind of help with that issue. So we're going to check that over really good first. So just give me a few minutes, bear with me, and y'all come along for a ride. It's going to be fun. For anybody who doesn't know, I had to find it myself. Battery's up under this little guy here. Like I said, this little Art Deco tractor, she's full of surprises, and I'm really enjoying bringing it to you so far. All right, jump pack on. You'll have to excuse me, I'm getting over having the coronavirus again for the fourth time. I'm unvaccinated, by the way, and I'm just letting my immune system build up. So guys, just bear with me. I know I sound congested, and it's probably kind of hard to hear me. I'll probably be coughing occasionally through it, and again, I apologize. So we're going to get our meter here. Don't smell any smoke anywhere. Don't see any smoke anywhere. And we're going to just test a few things, make sure everything turns out all right. So we're going to set a meter here. Set this to ground. Put the power there. It's supposed to be. Until we hit the button. Okay. There's a master switch. I'm going to walk around there and turn it on to make sure that it does work. Why I tested it there is to make sure that it did actually cut off by the master switch. Okay, I think I've got it turned on. Let's try this again. Yeah, I'm not hardly getting any voltage at all. So we'll go around, test a few things, and we'll be right back. Alright, right there we got 1309, 1310. That's about what the jump pack's reading. So we do have power there. We just don't assume. We don't have any power at our starter switch. Okay, let me walk around and test the wire going to the ignition coil and see if we have 12 volts there. If we have 12 volts there, we can hook up some jumper leads and we can try and jump start this thing. Okay, I did test at the ignition coil. There is 13.1 volts there as well, which if you look at our jumper pack, that's exactly what it has. So it is getting battery voltage to the ignition. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pull the starter off to make sure that it is free and to check and make sure the engine is free as well. I know some folks like to pull on the fan. I found on some of these older units that it's not necessarily a good job because they tend to bend. You know, some of these old girls get pretty stuck, and some of the fans on these weren't the best in the world anyway because they were actually designed to flex a little bit before the time of fan clutches. So sometimes you can bend them, they'll get into the shroud. It just turns into a small debacle. So what we're going to do is just pull the starter off. I'm going to get my pry bar out of my tool cart, and we're going to bar the engine over to make sure she's free. I was told that when we got the tractor, the engine was free. It's just been sitting in our back room for 4 years. I just wanted to make double sure and check it out. just want to take a minute to tell you that I know the sound quality is probably not the best in the world. I'm shooting this off my phone. I just do this for fun. I've not gotten very serious about it, but to be honest with you, the boss kind of likes my videos. It kind of helps move some equipment, and I've got the approval to do it. So as the channels grow and maybe start generating a little bit of revenue, I can take that revenue and put it into buying me a small camera, a microphone, and Starter decided it was going to jump out. Look, she's eager. Let's test on it. All right, she doesn't look too bad. A little dirty, but not horrible. Let's try and bar this engine over. All right, there we go. It had a little sticky spot in it, but it moved. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take a paint marker and mark the flywheel, and I want to give it a full 360 degrees rotation just to make sure that there's not any really bad ring grooves or rust rings in the cylinders themselves, any sticky valves, anything like that. It's just a good measure just to make sure you're not breaking anything. I don't imagine standard 88 parts come very easily available. All right, there we have it, full 360 degree rotation. There was only one little spot there at the beginning that may have been a rust ring in the cylinder or something, but it turned fairly easy afterwards. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bench test the starter and see how that comes along, and then we'll put it back in and see if we can't hot wire it and jump it, and I don't know, see if maybe we can get this old girl to bark. All right, y'all, here's my redneck bench tester. So what we do, give her a good solid ground, hook this to the lead, and hope for the best. Okay. That looks pretty good to me. See if we can get it to do it a time or two. I think the whole issue with the starter giving my shop foreman a little bit of trouble was the actual starter switch on the dash. Remember, I hooked it up and I tested it. I could get power to it through the master switch, but it never would engage itself. So what we're going to have to do is we're just going to have to straight jump it. I don't really like doing that, but something like this, we're just trying to get it running. I'm sure that before we sell it, we'll we'll probably fix that switch. If not, you know, we'll disclose it at time of sale, because you know sometimes people like these things so they can work on them themselves, and that's totally fine. I encourage it, as a matter of fact. So we'll put this baby back in, and we'll bring you back on for a ride after I get it installed.